it's your girl Razia J, and I am back with another video. If this is your very first time ever landing upon one of my videos, I ask that you pause this video right here. You go hit the red subscribe button, come back, watch the video, and if you like what you hear, leave me a thumbs up, share it with your community, and always, I enjoy you guys leaving me comments. For those that have been watching my videos for a while, I really want to say thank you. Thank you for the continual support. Over the last week, I've gotten a few emails from social work students like myself, and it's really encouraging to know that me taking only 10 minutes out of my day to produce this content is really helping you guys know that you are seen and heard and supported on your journey. So I'm thankful that you guys are emailing me. Keep them coming. It's going to keep these videos coming. Today, we are going to be talking about all things grad school. Yes, guys, this video is going to be 10 steps on making sure that you are prepared for your MSW application. As a licensed clinical social worker, you have to go to graduate school. You need to be a master's level social worker at minimum. So the beauty in that is that to be a master's level social worker means that you just took the time to apply to a program, you got in, and you passed your courses. But before you even get to the point of getting in, I think that these 10 steps is going to help make that process and that time very beneficial for you and just less anxious. Because I know for me, I was super anxious, I was super worried, and I was super scatterbrained. And I realized that if I had these steps in place, or if I had all of them in place, I would have been a lot more focused, and not necessarily not focused, but I would have been a lot more just relaxed. I worried the whole time, the entire time. And I feel like these steps will truly help you to get into the school of your choice without having to work too hard. If you want to know the 10 steps to prepare yourself for a graduate school application as an MSW student, stick around. So, how to prepare for applying to the MSW programs of your choice. Step number 1, know the type of student that you desire to be. So right now we're in a day and age where you can be a traditional student that goes to school on campus, a non-traditional student that goes to school 100% online, or a hybrid student that goes to school some classes in person, some classes online. So I think the first thing is to narrow down what type of student you would like to be, what works best for your schedule, your family dynamics, and your time. So number 1, know what kind of student you want to be. Number two, narrow down if you are interested in micro or macro social work. Yes, this is a very important thing to focus in on when you're applying for graduate school. Knowing the end goal causes you to look at the programs a little bit different. If you want to go into like direct patient care and you want to go into private practice, the micro part of social work might work better for you, and going into a program that focuses on that or is known for that is going to help that transition be a lot better. And they're going to ensure that you're networked with the right people. If you want to go into community organization or policy or legislation writing, then you would like to do the macro track, and going to a school that focuses on research or policy writing or organizations is going to be better for you, because it's going to network you with people that are like-minded and are doing the same thing. Number 3, research the universities, right? Research your universities and compile a list that consists of the ones whose missions relates to something of interest. I looked at the curriculums and I thought that this was the smartest thing that I ever did, because I ensured that all the programs that I applied to are programs that interest me, programs that work with my mission, programs that work with my overarching goals, programs that specializes in the things that I want to do. So I would encourage you to research the program and make sure that you're getting into a program that works for you. If you want to go into school social work or foster care social work or gerontology social work, I would recommend going to a school that is known for that, a school that has connections with the school systems or with AARP, not focusing on a school that is solely research based. And if you want to be a social researcher, I would recommend going to a school that is known for their research work, that has research labs and research opportunities so that you can build that platform while you are in school. Number 4, know your dates. Know the priority deadlines and know that they are important. If you submit your application before the priority deadlines, you get a priority response. And then also know the final deadline, the cutoff point. When is the last day that I can submit this application for the semester that I am trying to be considered for? Knowing your dates helps you to maximize the time that you have and know when you have to get the hustle and the bustle and when you can relax a little bit. Number 5, don't just apply to any program. Ensure that the program is a stepping stone in the right direction for your professional goals. If you apply to a program that doesn't tie into your professional goals and aspirations, I'm not saying that it's a waste of time, but I'm saying that the quality of education and how you interact with your professors and your colleagues is going to be a telltale sign of if this program is one that is something that you're interested in. For me, I knew that I wanted to make sure that I applied to all schools that spoke the language that I wanted. So I am very interested in the macro track. So I wanted to make sure that I went to schools or I applied to schools that focused on that and had great macro programs. I know a lot of times you're like, I don't know if I'm going to get into this school. Apply anyway. Apply to a school that is definitely going to be a stepping stone in your professional career. Number 6, reach out to your potential recommenders very early on. I know for me, I reached out to them 2 months before I even started this application because I knew that if I reached out to them and I let them know, hey, are you willing to write a recommendation for me in the next 2 months? And they said yes, I was able to gather all that information way ahead of time. And for most of the programs that I applied to, or no, for all of the programs that I applied to, I was able to submit my recommendation letters way before I even started anything else. I recommend getting that information in advance. Number 7, start thinking about your personal statement and what story you want to relate. You 9 times out of 10 are going to have like something like 500 to 1,000 words. And that is not a lot of words to get the point across if you are a wordy person. But if you start to think about the story that you're trying to convey and your personal statement ahead of time, you're able to create an outline that keeps you within those word limits without you feeling like you're missing anything. And that was a real good help for me, just knowing that this is what the prompts are, this is what I want to talk about, and this is how I'm going to get it in the word count. So I definitely recommend doing that. Number 8, look at the faculty list, guys. I can't stress this enough. Look at the faculty list. Ensure that the people that are about to spend the next 10 to 24 months of your life is truly people that you feel like they can impart something into you, or they're people that their accolades speak for them. I know we can't judge a book by its cover, but you can really go on the websites of those universities and look at the faculty, and you can tell by a picture or a bio or a CV whether you want that faculty to teach you, whether you want this to be someone that you glean from, whether you think that it's a compatible fit. So I definitely recommend looking at the faculty list and just making sure that there are people on the team that you know that you would benefit from. For me, research was my thing, so I made sure that there was a lot of faculty that had strong research articles out there in publication. Not because I'm saying that they're gonna get me published, but because I knew that it was something that is important to them. That means that they're going to teach from a place of passion and not just trying to get a paycheck. Number 9, the 9th one. Think about how you would pay for school and gather all the information you need about scholarships that are specific to your university. For me, one of the first things I did after I started doing all the other things that I listed, I started to think about, how am I really going to afford this education? Am I going to take out more student loans? Am I going to apply for scholarships? What am I going to do to ensure that I have the money to pay for this education? So I recommend thinking about it. Thinking about it, because I know a lot of people who decide to go to other universities because it is cheaper and because they never thought about how they would fund their education outside of, I guess, student loans. Number 10, the last one, reach out to admissions. Honestly, guys, this was a heaven sent for me. I feel like I reached out to admissions to the point that they knew me on a first name basis. They were able to say, hey, Razia, this is coming up. I think you should be part of this info session. They were able to say, hey, Razia, I think you're a strong candidate, so I'm going to give you a fee waiver. Hey, Razia, the deadlines are approaching. How can I help? Hey, Razia, this came in. Your recommendations came in. Your transcripts came in. Your field evaluations came in. They supported me through the journey of applying to the university. And for me, support is very important. And that was a good sign that this might be a university that I can mesh well with. So I recommend reaching out to admissions. You never know. They might have a fee waiver that they want to give to you. They might have the ability to answer questions that you don't see on the website. Sorry guys, my daughter came in. Number 10, like I said, is to reach out to admissions. I know for me, there was some questions that I asked the admissions team, and it was very good to have that valuable information and just to have that connection with the school. Also, another thing that really was impressive to me is that after I got admission into a few of the programs, the admission counselor that I was working with hand in hand called me on the phone and congratulated me. And that made me feel like I was supported and that I knew that, yo, if I go to the school, I'm going to have support. I'm going to have support. I'm going to have someone that's rooting for me, and I'm going to have someone that cares about my education as much as I care about my education. So until next time, if you enjoyed this video, I ask that you give me a thumbs up, that you leave a comment, that you subscribe, that you hit that notification bell so that you can get notified about my other uploads. Until next time, peace, love, and Jesus.